Hi everybody, I am going to start Math 15-7, except before I do that, I hope you guys already listened to Homes Around the World, and you had some reading packet pages to do today, page 137 and 138, and I was going to put them on the end of my reading video, and I totally forgot. So I'm going to give you the directions for those really quick, and I might give you a secret word. So on page 137 at the top it says irregular past tense verbs and past tense verbs ending in Y. So I'm going to flip you around so you guys can see it, and I'm going to kind of do an example for you quick, okay? So here's one of the reading pages you have to do today. It says to read each sentence, circle the verb. Think of Vicky doing all of her verbs. Remember, it's something that you can do, okay? Then draw an X whether it's past or present. So I want you to circle the verb, then write if it's past or present, okay? Then on the next page, let me get it turned. Oh, hold on. My pages are stuck together. There we go. On this page, you're going to read through the sentences, circle the word, and write it on the line. So you have to think, is it past, present, or future? So I'll do number 3 with you, but then you guys are going to do the rest. So it says, Dad blanked the campfire an hour ago. Well, I'm going to look an hour ago, meaning it didn't happen right now. So Dad lights it an hour ago, he lit it an hour ago, or lighted an hour ago. Well, lighted isn't a word. Lights, that means he's doing it right now. If this happened an hour ago, that means he lit the fire. Now, with these irregular verbs, that means things are going to be a little bit different. It's not just always going to add the ed for past tense. Think of when we have things that end in a Y, when we add an IES on things to make it plural. Sometimes when you're making things past tense for verbs that end with a Y, we might have to do IED. Okay, so that's going to come in handy when you're doing this page. And here is your reading secret word. Okay, slide. I'm not going to tell you guys what my theme is for this week. I want you guys to kind of think throughout the week and see if by Friday, if you can figure out the theme. So here's your secret word for reading 137, 138. All right, now let's get started on math. We're working on lesson 15-7, flat surfaces and vertices. Now, I hope you guys watched the video on our math unit or on our math website already, because it has a lot of really important information in it. Now, with this one, we're talking about flat surfaces and vertices. Now, the vertices are like corners. So I have a couple objects. This is a cube. We know it's a cube because it has all the sides are the same shape. Now, I have a dice, and then I found one of Abby's toys. It's like a big block. Now, there's no difference between these two objects except one's bigger and one's smaller. Now, I'm going to use the cube so that you guys can see, and it might be a little bit easier because there's numbers on them. So if I'm looking to count the sides, if I'm going to hold it flat, I'm going to count. There's one on top and one on bottom. So that's 2. I'm going to make little tally marks. 1, 2. So top, bottom. I know there's a front facing me and there's a back away from me. So that's 2 more. 3, 4. And then I have the right side and the left side where my fingers are holding it. That's 5 and 6. Now, if I were to spin it around, I should see 6 different numbers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see all 6 sides are different. Okay, so I have 6 flat surfaces. Now the vertices, those are the corners. Sometimes this can get a little tricky. Now, if I'm looking on the top, I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I got to remember, I also have a bottom that has 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm going to count my 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom, so 4 plus 4 equals 8. Now, some people, you might be thinking, but if I flip it this way, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this side has 1, 2, 3, 4. You're correct. However, we already counted this corner right here. Now we've counted it on this side, that side, and this side. So we've counted it 3 times. So really, when you're counting the corners or the vertices, you're looking 1, 2, 3, 4, and then flip it straight over and count 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, a cube and a rectangular prism will be the most difficult to count the vertices. The rest of them should be a little bit easier for us, okay? I know, I said easy. I know, I'm sorry. All right, the next word or next shape that we have is a sphere. Remember, it's SF sound, sphere, not SP. Now, I know, here I have two different balls. Or two different spheres. Okay. I have two different spheres. Now, they both are rolling. They're both going all over the place. I don't see any flat surfaces where they're stuck and stopped. So I have 0. I also don't see any vertices. Remember, that's where two flat surfaces come together. So I have 0 and 0. That one should be, most people like the sphere the best because it goes the quickest. Now, the last one on the front is a cylinder. Now, I got another can, but I tried to grab a smaller one so you could see it all, okay? So, here's my can. Now, remember, it does roll, and it's going to roll in a straight line because the outsides are the same. But I'm able to stand it up. I have two flat surfaces, and they are on top or bottom, or if you have it laid down, then it's on the side. So, I have two flat surfaces for this. Now, do I have any corners? Are there anywhere where two flat surfaces are meeting together? This is a circle. So is this. I don't see any flat surfaces that have points, so I don't have any vertices. So I went two flat surfaces and 0 vertices. So here's the front of our paper. Okay? All right. And I'll give it to you now. Your secret word is swings. Okay? So swings for 15-7, secret word. All right, let's look at the inside of our paper. Let me get it opened up. And here we go. All right, so we've got a rectangular prism. Now, remember, it's going to be very similar to our cube. Now, I have a rectangular prism. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my marker, and I'm going to write a number on each side. You don't have to do this, but that way you can see all of the sides. So, there, my marker's dying. So, there's 1. Here's number 2. Here's 3 and 4. Now remember, I have to get the top. There's 5. Oh, my marker's starting to really die. There's 5, and the bottom makes 6. Okay, so I can see that I have 6 flat surfaces. Now I'm going to go back and count my vertices. So remember, if I'm looking at the top and the bottom, I'm going to make a little mark on them. I'm going to get another marker because that one's starting to die. So there's 1 and 2. 3 and 4. So there's my 4 vertices. Now remember, I'm going to see if I try to count this one again. I already counted it from this side. So I'm going to flip it all the way over and find 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so there are my 8 vertices for my rectangular prism. Lucas, please stop, buddy. Now, I'm not going to fill out all of this with you, okay? I'm going to do this side, but when you guys get to 5, 6, 7, 8, I want you to do those because I think you'll be able to handle them. So, my sphere, again, flat surfaces, 0. Vertices, 0. Now, a cone we haven't really talked about. Now, I happen to have an ice cream cone, okay? Flat surface. Can I stand it up on something? I sure can, but I don't have one at the top. So, I have 1 flat surface. Now, a vertice is usually where 2 flat surfaces come together. This is a rule breaker, okay? I don't have more than 2 or more than 1 flat surface, but I do have a vertice. Now, but when I only have 1, it's called a vertex. So I have 1 vertex. Now, remember I was saying a cone will roll, but see how it's rolling like in a circle? It's because this side is much smaller than this side, so it's going to go all the way around in a circle for us, okay? And the last one is my cylinder again. So flat surfaces, I have top and bottom, 2. And vertices, I have none. So you guys are going to answer 5, 6, 7, and 8 for me because I think you can handle those. Don't forget to write down here, do solid figures always have either flat surfaces or vertices? Well, I can see some zeros, meaning they don't. I want you to tell me why. Okay, so make sure you explain. Don't just say yes or no. Give me a good reason why they do or why they don't. Now, when you're over here, this one always kind of tricks people because of the little part on the top. Use this as a cone, okay? So pretend that this little handle isn't really there. Make that into a cone. Then tell me the name. You don't have to draw it. You can if you want, but I want the name of the next shape. So you have sphere, sphere, cube. Sphere, sphere, cube. sphere, sphere, cube. And then you write it right here what should come next. Okay? Don't forget to do the rest of these. Then let's look at the back. These are some clues. We've done some things like this before. It's giving you some clues where you have to figure out what is the name of the solid figure. So I have 2 flat surfaces and no vertices. Well, 2 flat surfaces and no vertices. I only have 2 shapes that don't have a vertice. That's a sphere and a cylinder. But a sphere doesn't have flat surfaces. So we're left with our cylinder. Number 11, I have no flat surfaces. I have no vertices. I know that has to be sphere. Okay? Oh, this is one of my favorites. I have 6 flat surfaces. I have 8 vertices. That could be one of 2 different objects. It could be a cube or a rectangular prism. Now we have to see which options they gave us. Sphere, cone, rectangular prism, cylinder. I know that a sphere has no flat surfaces and vertices. A cone only has one of those, one of each. A cylinder only has 2 flat surfaces and no vertices. So we're left with rectangular prism. And then at the bottom, I want you to choose a solid figure. Don't write the name. Don't write the name. You draw a picture of it. Don't label it, okay? Use words to describe it. I want you to write me or give me some clues. I'm going to guess what it is, okay? And you know what? Scratch what I said before. Don't draw it either. Use all of this space to give me some clues, and I'm going to guess what you did, okay? If you do all of this and not that, I'll give you 1 extra point, okay? So you could earn 2 extra points on this. You could have 1 for the secret word and 1 for doing this without putting the name and without drawing it, okay? So I hope I get a lot of really good clues, and I will send Mom or Dad back what I think your secret object is. So, I know there was a lot on this video. You had the secret word slide for reading. You had the secret word swings for math. Plus, you can earn that 2nd extra point on math by giving me some clues to guess what your solid figure is. Okay, so I hope you have a lot of fun with this. I'm really looking forward to getting all of your clues so that I can guess what object you chose. All right? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.